This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Well, Wack 100 made a good point. He called out Tiffy Bay, who put hands on Beanie Sigel. And he's like, yo, you guys violated. And Beanie Sigel also commented on this today at the Tax Season podcast. I'm glad I waited to report on this because Beanie Sigel basically said, I tried to holler at Meek. He said we'd talk after I did my thing. And then all of a sudden he got this 300-plus pound guy riding for him, a young bull, and, just rocked him, And he said, I had nobody with me, and, we were supposed to talk. And then he said, Meek is up here right now. He's high, but he's going to see the same people he saw coming up. He's going to see coming down. Now, Wack 100 said,
yo, check this out. Y'all niggas went back there and put your hands on Beans, my nigga. On Power Rule, everything Power Rule stand for. Beans ain't told me shit about nothing. Now, if you pay attention to where this problem come from, it all go back to your man Meek. That nigga Beans been carrying Philly on his back for 20 plus years. Y'all violate that man in front of his wife and his kids, my nigga. That nigga ain't told us nothing, my nigga. Whoever the fuck did that need to be dealt with, my nigga. 100, it's all love, my nigga. Philly represents the P, nigga, but it's Power Rule, nigga. Y'all need to deal with that nigga Meek, tell him to get back in the booth, my nigga. Y'all did that to Beans, what y'all doing with this other nigga, my nigga. Big stack.
That wasn't right, and he said Beans ain't tell us nothing. Like, he didn't tell us the game plan and everything. And let's be honest here, what Beanie Sigel did, right? He basically just called game and said, keep me out the beef. And he did mention that there's ghostwriters involved in the Dream Chasers camp, right? And that he went over there to offer assistance, okay? But that isn't any different, right, than what Meek did to Drake. Meek called Drake out, okay, for having ghostwriters. So how is this different, right? How is it different? So they're mad because Beanie Sigel called something out, right? And I'm not condoning what Beanie Sigel did. I'm just making a point, okay? So Beanie Sigel did that, but you did the same thing. And Drake had your back. Drake supported both of your albums. He did both of the major singles off of both of your albums. So you stabbed Drake in the back too, okay? And you were also mad that Drake didn't promote your album, but you've been mad at Wale for the same reason. So Wack 100 has a point here. And then he also said this all starts with your man Meek for gossiping to Sean Kingston about who got him robbed, okay? Like, he alluded that it might be Game and kind of put that on Game. I'm not saying he went to the cops, but even talking to Sean Kingston about it is bad enough because that breaks the code that Beanie Sigel noted that Drake does not have to live by because he didn't grow up in the streets. So he shouldn't be held to that kind of code. But Meek did, and there's a code, you just don't talk. Okay? So, I don't know, man. And then he's saying get back in the booth. Good point. Pest Control dropped a week ago. There was so much time passed that we got a whole Pest Control video. And Meek still hasn't responded. It's been over a week, and he hasn't addressed the Pest Control issue. He's back to doing the Instagram and the memes, and he's back to the same situation he was in when Drake dropped back to back. Meek Mill took weeks to respond, and so much time goes by that you embrace the back-to-back or the Pest Control. You're not really interested in what Meek Mill has to say anymore. Even though Meek, we know, got bars and could hold his own in this beef, he's not doing that, okay? Did Beanie Sigel deserve this? No, he was in front of his kids, his family, and you rocked him in front of that? Like, come on, where's your codes and ethics at? Shouldn't have done it there. First, a conversation should have been held, right? You guys are all from Philly. That makes Philly look so bad, man. Like, this is one time Philly needs to be unified. Meek Mill's got the torch right now, and a lot of other people are depending on Meek to shine that light on Philly, so some other people get signed. I mean, you got Quilly, A.R.A.B., Dark Low, Cicero. You got a lot of people. Gilly. Got a lot of people in Philly. And, he's not represented properly to a lot of people right now. So Wack 100 has a point, okay? Meek needs to get back in the booth. He needs to respond, and he needs to drop DC4 because the fans want it, okay? And, you know, I love how people say they don't have a boss. You always have a boss, okay? Your customers are your boss. Or if you work at a company or CEO of a company, the board members of a company are your boss, okay? Everybody has a boss. Everybody, okay? Don't let people fool you. I mean, yeah, you might not have a boss to the extent if you don't wake up for work this morning, you are not going to get fired, right? But you still have a boss, okay? Because if you have no customers, you have no money. And technically those people are your boss. You got to look at it like that. Well, tell me what you guys think about this. I think this is making Meek look really bad. Meek's looking bad out here. I'm going to be honest, and I'm a Meek fan. It sucks, man. Beanie Sigel also mentioned that whole Drake beef was behind Nicki Minaj having sex with Drake at one point prior to their relationship, and that came out, and he just couldn't handle it. It wasn't behind all this other stuff. Well, we'll have to see. I think this is just getting started, honestly.